Right now, live at 5, honoring our nation's veterans. That's the focus of many today, including President Trump and President-elect Joe Biden. Meanwhile, Wisconsin election officials are continuing to certify ballots. We're learning when the final official count could be released.
Maskne, what is it and how you can avoid it next.
And later, while things might look different this holiday season, the Salvation Army is making sure those in need continue to receive.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over the city of Duluth on this Veterans Day. Several communities around our area are spending the day honoring veterans, past and present. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. President Donald Trump and President-elect Joe Biden took the time on this Veterans Day to honor those who have served.
It's the first public appearance we've seen from the president in nearly a week.
Natalie Brand is in Delaware with more.
On a rainy Veterans Day, the President and First Lady visited Arlington National Cemetery to lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, alongside the Vice President and Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
Present all.
In Philadelphia, President-elect Joe Biden and his wife Jill laid a wreath at the Korean War Memorial. Biden's trip to Philadelphia, a city that helped him win Pennsylvania, came as President Trump has continued to lob unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud at that state and several others. So far, the president's legal team has not given up its court challenge over late arriving ballots in the Keystone State. But Biden's margin of victory is on pace to keep Pennsylvania, even if those ballots are tossed out. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign has also filed a new lawsuit in Michigan with over 230 pages of affidavits claiming voting irregularities.
None of these accounts are first person. None of these accounts were brought in a timely fashion.
Georgia's Secretary of State announced a full hand recount of every vote to ensure the validity of the results.
It will be a heavy lift, but we will work with the counties to get this done in time for our state certification.
Georgia's 2 Senate races will determine balance of power. Both are headed for runoffs in January. Meanwhile, Republican incumbents in Alaska and North Carolina have won their races. CBS News also projects that President Trump won Alaska.
Also happening today, several former DHS secretaries from previous Democratic and Republican administrations called on the president to begin the transition process.
More than 2/3 of Wisconsin counties have finished certifying the results of last week's presidential election. But among the last ones is Brown County, and officials there say they're not expected to wrap up until Tuesday's deadline. All counties must finish the work before President Trump can officially request a recount, as he has said he will. Unofficial results show Democrat Joe Biden defeated Trump by about 20,500 votes. As of today, 49 counties had submitted their canvass results to the Wisconsin Elections Commission.
On this Veterans Day, Minnesota recognized a major milestone in ending veteran homelessness. Governor Tim Walz read a proclamation outside the Capitol this morning. He recognized an organization called SMAC, or the Suburban Metro Area Continuum of Care. The group has cleared a big hurdle in helping homeless vets.
SMAC, which consists of Anoka, Carver, Dakota, Scott, and Washington counties, announced they have cleared their housing waiting list for homeless veterans.
The group received federal designation for effectively ending veteran homelessness in the area. They're the 6th of 10 jurisdictions in the state to accomplish that. Walz says Minnesota is working toward being just the 4th in the nation to end veteran homelessness.
For more than a century, Americans have honored our country's military heroes on November 11th. Despite the pandemic, ceremonies are still taking place, but modified for safety. Elise Preston takes a look at tributes across the U.S., including a brand new monument honoring Native American veterans.
This new memorial welcomes visitors on the National Mall as a space for healing and reflection. It's Washington's first monument honoring Native American veterans who have served in every major military conflict since the Revolutionary War.
In spite of the way that Native people have been treated for so long, they have made these sacrifices, made this commitment to serve their country, to protect their homeland.
Rebecca Troutman with the National Museum of the American Indian says Smithsonian curators spoke to dozens of tribes to help design the monument, which Congress authorized in 2013.
We had planned on having this year a huge gathering of Native veterans. We've pushed that back until a time when it's safer for us to gather.
COVID-19 and a driving rain kept the crowds away from the National Mall. The Vietnam Memorial put its annual commemoration online. In California, the Reagan Library hosted 100 guests for a program honoring all branches of the military.
Here in New York, the city scaled back its traditional public events, opting instead for a smaller ceremony on board the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier.
I say to all of you who serve, thank you and God bless you.
Virginia did not allow the pandemic to silence its tribute. Governor Ralph Northam is himself a veteran.
We need to remind our veterans each and every day that they are heroes and that they are patriots.
Virginia alone is home to more than 720,000 veterans, part of the 20 million nationwide, honored on this Veterans Day for their sacrifice to the country.
Veterans Day originated in 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. It is always celebrated on the actual date, November 11th.
And Dave's here for our first look at the weather today. Dave, chilly one out there today.
Yeah, a little bit on the chilly side, but with the sunshine out there, it felt very nice. And, of course, many of us kept warm by snow blowing and shoveling this morning. Even the folks in Biwabik, where 6.5 inches of snow fell. And in general, the range of snow totals ran from 2 to 9 inches around our region. For the main weather, I'll show you a list of some of the top 8 contenders out there. But right now, we'll move on and show you the upper Midwest, where yesterday's low pressure system is long gone. It's already moved well off to the east. High pressure slid in today, brought that sunshine and kept us dry. But the change is already set to slide in a few more hours. There's a small low to our west that's bringing us a flurry chance, maybe later tonight for folks near the Canadian border, and a 30 to 40% chance as we ease into tomorrow through the rest of the region. Our day planner says that Minnesotans get that 20 to 30% chance for snow in the morning, and it might last a little bit longer than that into the afternoon for Wisconsin and the UP. High temps, yeah, Tony, no big warm-up for you there, 30 degrees. That's the best we're going to do. That's well below normal. How long will we stay below normal? Well, I've got the 7-day forecast all fired up and ready to roll with the main weather, which is coming up just a little bit later here in the newscast.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, Ashland residents have a looming deadline, plus how lawmakers spent the day serving veterans in Grand Rapids. City by City is up next.
And tonight at 6, women have made history in this year's election, including those of Native American descent. From the White House to Congress, even here locally.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. CBS3 News is brought to you by Steel Power Tools.
At Super One Foods, we're dedicated to delivering the best products to your family's table. Our fresh, never frozen, and hand-breaded deli chicken is made every day with the best ingredients, including our signature breading. While you visit, choose from dozens of delicious sides to accompany your meal. And don't forget about our amazing selection in our bakery. We offer fresh baked breads, rolls, and desserts fit for any occasion. You'll find quality, convenience, and craftsmanship at Super One Foods, every day delivering low prices and better choices.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Come to Menards for everything you need in your bathroom. Check out our great selection of over 50 Magic Woods vanities. These vanities are built with superior quality and a unique style to complement your home. Give your vanity the finishing touch with a Moen faucet. Moen products are built to last and come with a limited lifetime warranty. Right now, all Magic Woods vanities and Moen faucets are 11% off. Finish your projects at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Because adventure still needs chasing, we gave the newly redesigned 2021 Subaru Crosstrek a more powerful engine. Plus, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. And Subaru is the most trusted brand for 6 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Lease a new 2021 Subaru Crosstrek for only $199 a month. Visit Miller Hill Subaru today at 4710 Miller Trunk Highway, online at millerhill.com.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look over a beautiful Duluth on this Wednesday evening. Dave Anderson will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's check in on what's happening around the region.
Any provider who accepts Medicare.
It's in Ashland, plus volunteers are needed this month in Hibbing.
That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city.
Kicking things off right here in Duluth, where the Bluebird Foundation has received a sizable donation from another local organization. The Irving Community Club donated $10,000 to the foundation, which will be distributed in the form of grants and scholarships to high school-age students in the performing arts. The Bluebird Foundation is currently accepting applications for their Audrey A. Lundeen Scholarship, a $2,000 award that is offered once a year to a current high school-aged senior. But students better hurry. The deadline is tomorrow.
Now moving over to Hibbing, where the Salvation Army is more determined than ever to brighten the holidays despite the ongoing pandemic. The Salvation Army is moving forward with its meal delivery service, donating toys to children, and its Red Kettle campaign. They are in need of volunteers now more than ever to manage the kettles and ring the bells. The Hibbing Area Kettle Campaign begins on November 20th.
Next, we'll head over to Grand Rapids, where area lawmakers celebrated Veterans Day at the newly built VFW. Congressman Pete Stauber and State Senator Justin Eichhorn served as guests at the VFW Post 1720. The post was built following a fire that destroyed the previous VFW earlier this year.
And finally, we will finish things off in Ashland, where the city says residents have less than 1 week to remove political signs from their yards. The city ordinance requires residents to remove campaign signs within 15 days of the completion of the election. The idea is to prevent confusion over campaigns in the future. The city plans to send out reminders to residents who do not take their signs down, but warns that other measures could be taken if the ordinance is ignored.
If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, you can take care of your skin, how you can take care of your skin after wearing a mask throughout the day.
Here's a live look at two harbors showing fresh snow on the side of the roads. There could be a little more fresh snow coming tomorrow, but just a little this time around. We'll take a look at last night's snow totals and estimates at tomorrow's little dusting coming up right after our break.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Lose up to 50 pounds by the holidays. It's healthy and fast. Call us for a free consultation or go online. HealthySystemsUSA.com.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
It is the question that matters the most.
¿Dónde está?
That takes you behind the story. Robert. It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of this?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
That's news.
and our freedom fade. This is why.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Lose up to 50 pounds by the holidays. It's healthy and fast. Call us for a free consultation or go online. HealthySystemsUSA.com.
Northwest Outlet is #1 when it comes to kids' winter clothing from the North Face and Columbia.
When you needed results, we gave them to you. When you wanted accurate information in real time, we had it. Everything from the presidential election right down to your neighborhood. CBS3 was there. Live, local, CBS3, your station for campaign 2020. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS3.
Well, last night's snow system sure hit us hard, but it hit us quickly, and already it's gone. I did a fair amount of snow blowing here this morning, although in Duluth, yeah, we were almost the top snow getter here at 8 inches, but McKinley, just outside of Gilbert, 9 inches there. Cloquet 7, 6.5 for Moose Lake, South Range 5, Olu 4, Gordon 4 as well, and Hayward on the fringe of the system didn't get that much, 2 inches. We'll show you some additional numbers for during the 6 o'clock news to see if your town made the cut here. But, you know, today higher pressure settled in, cleared us up for a little while, but already a fresh low brings a chance for some light snow tomorrow. I'll talk about how much in just a bit, but right now we'll take a look at those current conditions at the airport in Duluth. It's 31 degrees right now with a relative humidity reading of 76%. South-southwest winds going 10 miles per hour, and the air pressure is still a little bit low at 29.87 inches of mercury, but it's definitely higher than it was last night with the heart of the low upon us, so it was high enough for the sun to break through, and it was a very beautiful day. It wasn't bad snow blowing. It wasn't bitterly cold, and the sunshine sure brightened spirits. Well, talking about temperatures, we have low 30s right now in the Upper Peninsula and also low 30s in northern Wisconsin. 32 or 33 degrees depending on your town, a very narrow band of temps there. It's also 32 into east central Minnesota, and North Shore numbers are running from 27 to 35. Iron Range numbers are in the upper 20s, and borderland numbers are in the lower 30s for a couple of towns. Low temps tonight probably will fall into the mid-teens or so for much of the interior parts of Minnesota, and for the rest of us, probably the lower 20s. Tomorrow's highs cooler than normal again, near 30 degrees. The normal is closer to 40. Doppler map right now shows the higher pressure that came in earlier today still controls many of the skies above most of our region, though with an advancing low coming in from the Dakotas, we can see in western Minnesota the clouds are starting to increase. And folks along the Canadian border tonight just might get a little preliminary snow flurry activity, but the heart of this system, it probably won't be with us until tomorrow morning on Thursday here in Minnesota, and maybe tomorrow afternoon for Wisconsin and the UP. This low pressure system is really just bringing light stuff, and if we get anywhere from a trace to maybe an inch, that's going to be about it. The inch is better for northwestern Wisconsin. The trace, a little bit closer for folks in Minnesota. And then another cell of high pressure comes in by Friday already, brings back the sun, but that sunshine round will not last through the week, and yet another low comes to call then, which could bring a rain and snow mix, and we talk about that now with the forecast for the next 7 days. Tonight in Minnesota, the low temps get into the teens inland. Could be also close to 30 right by the lake. Increasing clouds above the sky for everybody, including Wisconsin and the UP, with lows there in the lower to middle 20s. For tomorrow then, a 30% chance for morning snow spilling into parts of the afternoon for Wisconsin and Michigan, high temps in the lower 30s, and 30 to 40% chance in Minnesota as well, especially during the morning, fading away in the afternoon. High temps there, about 28 to 32. So with the extended forecast, no major warm-up coming this week, but we could get close to 40 degrees come Saturday into Sunday and maybe a portion of Monday as well. That could be bringing just a little bit of a rain and snow mix chance, which we'll talk about in more detail for the 6 o'clock look at our weather.
Thanks, Dave. Glen Sheen is lighting up for the holidays, and this morning we got a sneak peek at the Duluth Mansion's holiday display. They're closed most of the week while the staff decks the halls, but their holiday tours do start on Friday. They say pandemic safety is top of mind this year.
We are working very hard to make sure that our guests and staff are safe and that they can still enjoy the holiday season.
The self-guided tour includes 25 Christmas trees and 25 hidden elves.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz reiterated the importance of wearing a mask as he announced new restrictions on the state Tuesday. While proven to help stop the spread of coronavirus, they're causing some adverse effects for some. One dermatologist we spoke with says since the start of the pandemic, she's seen twice as many patients than before. With no end to mask wearing in sight, CBS3's Leanne Valdez explains what maskne is and how to avoid it.
It seems like masks are here to stay, at least for a while longer.
So I think that we're going to be wearing masks at least through the winter and early spring.
But can all this mask wearing cause people to break out? Experts say yes.
It's definitely a real thing. Despite having like the cutest name ever, it is a real condition that we're seeing frequently as dermatologists.
Assistant Professor of Dermatology at the University of Minnesota Medical School, Dr. Lori Fissinger, says masks can cause irritation, rashes, and create acne if worn for long periods of time.
But they also can lock in oil, dirt, debris, and bacteria. They kind of create a more moist and humid environment that allows some bacteria to thrive.
Dr. Fissinger says healthcare and frontline workers experience maskne more heavily than others because of the long hours. But there are some precautions you can take to help minimize it, like choosing the right kind of mask.
You want to pick a mask that has breathable, light fabric to it, ideally cotton, ideally at least 2 layers of fabric with it.
You also want to make sure it fits your face right. Along with gentle skincare, Dr. Fissinger says washing your mask is important.
Washing masks really frequently after every single use is important because that's going to get that locked in dirt, oil, debris, and bacteria out.
Dr. Fissinger says you can either hand wash it with hot water or, depending on what type of mask you own, toss it into the washer at night to make sure you have a fresh one for the next day.
We can all do our part by masking.
If you'd like more tips on how to prevent maskne, you can head to our website, cbs3duluth.com.
Still to come, how people are celebrating Veterans Day in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Okay, Mr. Medicare figure-outer, one last question. What's the cost?
For many, parting is free. Cost goes up the more parts you add. But UCare has Medicare Advantage plans that come with everything you need.
Sounds good. And so does your bike. Now.
Yeah, thanks to you, she's purring like a kitten on a bed of yarn.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, I just made it up. You can steal it for your bike shop.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Hello, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. For the month of November, we are offering free upgrades to a premium wall system for all your bath and shower purchases. All of our products are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval and come with a lifetime warranty. You can still get one of our great financing options for low monthly payments or 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments till 2022. This offer ends November 30th, so call us today or go online to book your appointment. Bath Planet, out of this world service and down to earth price.
All sportsmen, regardless of your passion, run the risk of transporting aquatic invaders, so it's important. Always clean, drain, and dry.
Waterfowl hunting is a passion for many, but it puts us into close contact with a lot of vegetation and bottom materials. This means we need to stay hyper-vigilant against the spread of nuisance invaders like Eurasian water milfoil and zebra mussels, to name a few. Start by clearing all vegetation and sediment from your blind, decoys, push poles, and anything else that could harbor an invasive organism. Do a thorough clean-off of your boat and trailer, starting at the bow and working your way to the back. Drain bilge and live well water by pulling plugs and fully trim the motor down to drain water from the outboard cooling system. Take it a step further at home and clean select gear with the hose and brush. You can't get everything at the access. Lastly, make sure your clothing and equipment have dried before going somewhere new.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask J3 Insurance in Duluth if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Because adventure still needs chasing, we gave the newly redesigned 2021 Subaru Crosstrek a more powerful engine. Plus, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. And Subaru is the most trusted brand for 6 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Lease a new 2021 Subaru Crosstrek for only $199 a month. Visit Miller Hill Subaru today at 4710 Miller Trunk Highway, online at millerhill.com.
Mayor's been on the phone with the CDC, the governor. We may have to shut the city down.
What's that mean for SWAT?
It means the world's about to change.
If I want things to change, be the change.
Tired of fighting this battle.
You ain't fighting alone. Sometimes we get asked to take on problems, and there's no one right answer.
SWAT returns Wednesday, 9/8 Central on CBS.
Season 2 is
The
here.
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Minnesota didn't let the pandemic stop its annual Veterans Day ceremony. Instead of an in-person event this year, they took a virtual approach. State leaders produced a half-hour recorded event. It features speeches from Minnesota National Guard leaders, Congressman Pete Stauber, and the governor.
And in the year 2020, we thank our veterans always, not only throughout the state of Minnesota, but across this great nation.
As a 24-year veteran of the National Guard, I salute you and I thank you.
You can still find the recorded salute online. We have a link on our website. Meanwhile, the UMD Air Force ROTC continued their tradition of standing guard at the flag in observation of Veterans Day. 2 at a time, the cadets are stationed at the flagpole in front of the Darland Administration Building on the UMD campus. 43 cadets in 30-minute shifts stood post in front of the flag for a total 24 hours starting last night at midnight. They will continue to stand guard until midnight tonight, all to honor our veterans.
And dozens came out to honor veterans in Superior today as well. The Bong Veterans Center put on its 19th annual flag raising ceremony celebrating those who have served. At the event, veterans with the American Legion spoke, performed a gun salute, and raised both the American and Canadian flags. Terry Lundberg, the Bong Center's chairman, says it was a beautiful day to recognize our nation's heroes.
Yeah, I'm happy with the event, happy with the turnout. Weather-wise, it turned out great. I was a little hesitant last night what we're looking at first, but most people have been very good about observing safety protocols.
Lundberg says he is already looking forward to next year when the Bong Center holds its 20th annual remembrance.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, it's here, the wave experts warned about. Over 40 states are now considered to be in the COVID-19 red zone as cities in Wisconsin and Texas reach their breaking point. Plus, with Thanksgiving around the corner, should family members be quarantining now? What the CDC wants you to know about staying safe this holiday season. And our latest profile in service will meet a 100-year-old veteran who might be the oldest pilot in the world and who has no plans to leave the sky anytime soon. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Having reliable internet with Mediacom has been so great for us during these crazy times. It's allowed my husband to continue to work from home without missing a beat. We had our second son during the pandemic, and it allowed us to connect with family members. They've been able to see each of the different milestones through FaceTime calls and Zoom calls, and it's been a very special time every time we get to do that. So thank you to Mediacom.
Northwest Outlet is #1 when it comes to kids' winter clothing from the North Face and Columbia. Shopping Northwest Outlet for kids is a pleasure because they carry everything to keep them warm and dry in sizes infant to extra large for you. Jackets, winter coats, snow pants, bibs, mitts, gloves, hats, and smart wool socks, and winter boots from Kamek and Baffin and more. So keep the kids warm and dry this winter with the best from the North Face and Columbia. Shop Northwest Outlet, the children's winter clothing store. 1814 Belknap Superior, the store that saves you more.
I'm Dr. Jason Huang, and I'm a vascular surgeon at St. Luke's. I'm a very visual learner, and so if I can simplify it and draw it out for me, then I can do that for a patient and really help translate the what, the how, and the why, and then what they can expect before, during, and after an operation. And I really find an immense amount of satisfaction in being able to help my patients. But we have an entire team here, not just myself, that is completely dedicated to taking care of you and getting you through this.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3. You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on Live Local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News live at 5. Here's a live look over Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories and a peek at what's still to come tonight at 6. President Donald Trump and President-elect Joe Biden took the time on this Veterans Day to honor those who have served. It's the first public appearance we've seen from the president in nearly a week. This comes as the Biden campaign begins the transition process without support from the Trump administration.
With no end to mask wearing in sight, skin experts are busier than ever before helping patients with adverse effects masks can cause, calling it maskne. A dermatologist we spoke with says wearing any type of mask for long periods of time can cause irritation and acne. We'll have more on how you can prevent maskne coming up tonight. And tonight at 6, grim new numbers for Minnesota's daily COVID tracker. The state has broken its single-day high for deaths. Today, the state reported 56 new deaths. That's up 20 from the previous record, which the state saw last Friday. What Governor Walz is calling on neighboring states to do to help flatten Minnesota's curve. We'll have more on that tonight. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you again in a half hour at 6 o'clock.
Happy birthday.